Hi, sisters. I am not happy at home. I'm 25 and dating a man who's in his 50s. We love each other, but my parents don't support my decision because they say he is too old. He has never been married, and he's a true definition of a gentleman. How do I convince them to support my decision? Yeah, that's our first message today. Olivia, let me come straight to you. I do find it a little interesting that a 50-year-old man has never been married. I mean, not to say none exist or there's anything wrong with it, but I just feel like it's interesting.
No, I know. It makes me wonder why previous relationships didn't quite work out and why he's where he is today. But hey, you never know. Maybe it took him a while to find his true love. But having said that, this young girl is going to be very difficult for your parents to accept that I understand that you're in love, and I understand that age is just a number. But I want you to put yourself in your parents' shoes. Imagine, because he's 50 now and you're 25, right? When he's 75, you'll be 50. So, sweetheart, it doesn't get any easier. Today you're in love. Today everything seems beautiful. It seems rosy. But when reality sets in, my dear, right now he's a perfect gentleman because, you're his little girl. You're 25, for crying out loud. He sees you as his little daughter. He'll be pampering you. He'll be showering you with gifts. I mean, it's expected of him. Okay, but the reality is that when you get pregnant today and you have a child today, he'll go into grandpa mode. I could be wrong, and I honestly do stand to be corrected. It's you wouldn't enjoy him to the fullest. Okay, I'm looking at a lot of Viagra pills here and there. I'm looking at a lot of you having to sustain the relationship. Because, sweetheart, the older we get as women, Charlie, the sex increases. So it's like the demand is high. And you don't want him on Viagra pills 24/7 and he end up having a heart attack. And then I'm also looking at a scenario whereby when the kids are a little bit older, because when your kids are 10, is that grandpa coming? Or like, I don't know, like the reality for me is a bit daunting. And Charlie, anything can happen. Okay, touch wood. If we all go the same way we come in, okay, he's definitely going to die and leave you quite young. And what's going to happen from there? I just want you to sort of take a pen and paper, write out all the pros, and then sort of figure out what the cons are going to be or what they look like in the coming future. Your parents love you to bits. They feel as though there's a right person out there for you, and maybe this person is just not that person. And I can understand them. So, and I can also understand you to some extent, whereby you're really in love. So in terms of convincing them, that one, dear sweetheart, you have to speak to them. You have to convince them. You have to get somebody else to let them, appreciate where you're coming from. But it's not going to be easy because they are parents and because where they're coming from is justified. Okay, they're looking at your welfare, and it's just what the future looks like. Today you would not appreciate it. Today you cannot see it. But trust me, my dear, I don't know. It's going to be tough. But if by all means, find somebody who can speak to your parents to convince them that you love them. But it's going to be very tough. So just brace yourself and know that it will take time. Besides that, Charlie, some way. Okay.
Let me ask you this, Olivia. I mean, would you date a man who's 25 years older than you?
No. Because we're worlds apart. And he wouldn't find my jokes funny. even with my siblings who are slightly older, who I am the oldest, right, and they're slightly younger, it's like the way their thought process is completely different. How I will expect that they react to certain situations, or maybe the urgency with which they would react to a particular situation is not like that. They're very like laid back, nonchalant, like Charlie, and they're all into millennium kids. They're all into like selfies. And this girl, you're 25. You're going to be into the whole social media thing, selfie thing. Maybe this guy is hip like that. I don't know, but Charlie, some way. I don't see, in terms of the generational gap thing, conversations, what would tickle me, it's not always about the love and romance. Okay, there are children who are going to be coming into this picture. A lot of things. And the older the men get, they're not as, strong. Unless this guy is like perfect, he eats right, he knows what's up. You see what I mean? But other than that, Charlie, some way. If not, if this guy is definitely the same guy you want to hang out with, just pray for him. Make sure you're cooking for him right. Make sure he's exercising. Make sure he's eating what's right. He's got his iron up there, the spices and stuff. Just, I don't know, do what you need to spices. And just pray he lives long.
All right, Livy, we hear you.
Because this one is a clear case. This one is a clear case of kung fu and ninja. Two different worlds. But this one, he's ninja and he's kung fu.
I feel you. Gail, weigh in on this for me, will you? Would you date someone who's 25 years older than you?
I don't have a problem with that. Because I think age is I don't want to sound cliche-ish, but I mean, like, age is nothing. What did they say? Age
just
is
a number?
A number. That's what, even though in certain areas, age is important. But when it comes to relationships, I think it goes beyond just someone's age. So look at everything she said about the guy, and the parents have only that issue, just the age. So if
because he might as well be their age. You know what I mean? He sounds like he's their classmate.
Yeah, because if she's 25, then yeah. But you see, the thing is that I don't like the fact that parents like to interfere. There's nothing wrong with saying, "Oh, this is what I see." Because sometimes when you are involved in something, you don't really see, exactly how things are. So those who are on the fence, or the neutral people, can see that, oh, there's something, off here, or, and they can advise you, but not to interfere and choose for you. You're an adult, you're above 18. So they shouldn't choose for you and just talk about something so trivial, his age. She said she likes the guy. Maybe she's compatible with the guy. Maybe the guy understands her. Well, she dated younger guys, because people think that age is about... maybe because I'm 25, I should be with a 25-year-old guy. But the point is that it's about maturity as well. For this 25-year-old lady is way more mature than her age mate. So she wants someone who is more mature, who can treat her like maybe a queen or something. Some of these younger guys, at her age mates will be still, playing the fields and maybe still be in school, and mommy and daddy is choosing for them the same way this lady's parents are choosing for her. So who wants that? You see? So I feel it's not right that they interfere. It's not fair that someone says, I want this person. Okay, I give you my 2 cents on the situation, and she still says, I like the guy. Let her make her mistakes.
Even when maybe it might be like the biggest mistake of her life.
How do you know?
No, because you just...
Because of his age. Right? Charlie, look at Reggie Rockstone. How old is he? He's still sexy. I find him sexy.
But his wife is close to his age.
Is she about 50?
She's close.
But you see, as Olivia mentioned something briefly about that, if the guy takes his vitamins and whatnot. So if he's at that age, he works out, he looks good, he has the stamina to match her. Are we all reducing everything to just sex anyway? No. Yeah, compatibility, love language, and everything. And the lady says, this is what I want. Let her be.
Yeah.
I don't think it's fair, because I was going to say something, but it's too personal.
Okay, then maybe you shouldn't say.
It's too personal, and then maybe my family will eat me up. But I was going to talk about somebody who was 60, and he had kids with someone who was like 28. They had 2 kids before he died. And you can't say because someone is older, they're going to die before you die.
But you see what you said, though. He had 2 kids before he died. So where is the lady now?
I don't know. She's
See,
not
but
my
probably
friend.
by herself taking care of these kids.
Yeah, but at least they had 2 kids.
Yeah, but
For all you know, maybe the younger guy wouldn't have given her kids, but the older man gave her
there's
kids.
no
You can't
guarantee.
you can't reduce relationships to those things like that, like kids, age, because you can't tell. Somebody can be her age mate. They could be together for 1,000 years and never have kids.
Yeah.
And the lady might even, whoever, die and leave the guy. How can you tell that the man will die and leave because he's older? People live to 120 and things. How can you say that?
Yeah, what are the probabilities though?
Oh, Charlie.
What's the probability that he will live to 120 in
Well,
today's
for
age?
me, I feel I feel like let her choose what she wants. If she's with a guy for a bit and it's not working out, let her make her own decisions. We live only once.
Yeah,
make our
that's why
mistakes.
if you see your child doing something wrong, you want to stop him.
Because he's older. That is the only
But
thing.
that is a big deal, isn't it? You don't think?
No.
Okay, let me hear what Sabby has to say.
No.
Let me hear what Sabby has to say. Sabby, come through. 25 years.
I feel like this young lady has to think or ask herself a few questions. I think, at a certain point in our lives, we have to set boundaries. We have to make choices for ourselves. So she has to ask herself a few questions. Why is she with a 50-year-old? She also has to acknowledge that this might be different, but it's not necessarily wrong. She needs to look at the fact that she's making this decision to be with this guy for the right reasons. Also understand her parents' concerns and what they're based on, but remember that that's because they love her. Why is it that she would not prefer someone who's younger and someone that she can have a journey that she could live with and through? Also, one of the important things is, what is she getting out of this relationship with the 25-year age gap? And also interrogate in a healthy way why a man who is double her age wants to be with her. Why does she want to be with him? She needs to be able to ask not only herself these questions, but ask him these questions. And also just look at the fact that if she's going to be with this person, what does it mean for their future? Does she want children? Does he have children? She mentioned her parents, but how does his family feel about her? Does he have children? Sometimes we get so caught up in the romanticizing of a relationship that the last thing we do is what we should do in the beginning and understand where do we come from? What are our families? Do you have children? Is there respect? Why has he never been married? What does that look like? What is his past? And are you okay with the possibility of being a caregiver for this person who's going to be a husband in the next 20 years? If she can ask herself all these questions, and that is something that she's comfortable with, then that's something that she's going to have to live with. Because I also feel like the question that she's asking us is not something that we can answer for her. She's in the relationship. She's the one living this life. She knows where he's at now. She knows how strong he is. She knows where he is health-wise. She knows what it would mean to be with someone that her family doesn't agree with. What is it that you want? And how do you feel with having made this decision? Are you making this decision because you don't see the age and you see the man? He provides for you emotionally. You feel secure with him. You feel happy with him. You feel whole with him. You feel that this is someone that you can build a life with. Or is this just an exciting thing? I'll tell you now, at 25, I was still a hot mess. I'll tell you now, at 25, I was a hot mess. I was not close to knowing who the hell I was. At 25, I was playing the field. I loved having guys that were into me and just mess them up and play the game. I liked someone liking me, but not necessarily really liking them. I think that the first thing that needs to happen here is she needs to figure out, why is she in this relationship? And what is it that she wants? Because if she's saying this guy's never been married and he now wants to be with her, that's just telling me that he wants to go all in. And my question is she ready to go all in with him? Is she in the place, psychologically, mentally, physically, emotionally, to go in with this guy and to deal with all the things that come with being with someone who's 25 years younger? How long has she been with him? Has she seen his mannerisms? Is it a partnership, or does he treat her like a baby? There's all of these things that need to be put in, and I think she's put all her eggs in one basket, which is mommy and daddy don't like him. But I want to know, besides mommy and daddy, where do you stand? And what does this look like? Have you investigated all the things that need to investigate? Are you okay with the fact that you might need to look after him? Are you okay with the fact that at some point, if he's the breadwinner now, that down the line you have to be a breadwinner? Are these the things that you put into place? Are these the things that you're thinking about now? Are you ready to deal with this? That's how I feel. I feel like she's not asking herself the pertinent questions. Whether we agree with this or not makes no difference. She's living it.
Yeah, I mean, and you just asked 1,000,001 questions, to be honest, and I love where this is going. There is a very highly, maybe should I say publicized, for want of a better word, celebrity marriage of a sort that we know about. Celine Dion and her husband, I think they were 28 years apart or so. And she loved him, from the get-go till the very end. And when he passed away, literally the whole world has seen her meltdown. She lost so much weight.
Yes.
That's beside the point. I'm just saying that, okay, yes, indeed, age is just a number. And if you found love in this guy who is twice your age, plus, because the message says he's over 50, right? So if you love this guy, we can't tell you what to do necessarily and how to proceed. We can only sort of point you in a direction and make sure that you ask yourself very important questions going forward. Your parents are concerned because I assume that this guy is in their age bracket. And I would be really upset, naturally be upset if an age mate of mine was trying to marry my child. Like, first question I'll ask is why. So don't fret. Don't be too concerned that or don't worry that your parents are asking questions. It's more coming out of concern and from a place of love. They want to be sure that you actually understand what it means to get married to a man who's 25 years plus older than you. So think through it. We're not going to tell you leave this relationship or go ahead. It's really your choice to make. And so think through it clearly and properly and make sure that you're making the right decision, because the consequences will be on your head.
What's that?
Let's read a couple of messages. So Vicentia sends one and says, you want advice to change your parents' mind and not yours? Madame, I would have advised you, but you've made up your mind. So, Kofi says, a true gentleman at 50 and never married? Ah, well. Junior says, Sikanti, you will never have peace. 50-25. What kind of ratio is this? Hamdi says, please don't follow your heart or his wealth. Listen to your parents because they know what they're saying. I'm 33 years old, but I'll never go for a 50-year-old man. So please think further into the future. Vincent says, my sister, this man can be your father. Moreover, your parents don't approve of your relationship with this gentleman, as you put it. Please think twice before you force your way into this marriage. Fafa says, did you sit down to ask yourself why he's still not married at 50? Wise up. Manuel says, this one be too sure, 25-50. You can make it 3 directs, 2-5-50. Okay, obviously you do the whole lottery thing a bit
terrible.
Too much. I see you. Bawa says, what's your motivation for wanting to marry someone old enough to be your dad? Why has this man never been married? Young lady, get yourself employed, earn money to cater for yourself, be independent, and now make your own decision if you really want to spend the rest of your life with a plus 50-year-old man. And those are a couple of your comments. I don't know what you watching and listening to us right now think about this particular message we've received. Your comments are welcome on 054-998-6996. And if you're watching from outside Ghana, prefix it with a country code +233.
Thank you so much for watching Sister Sister on your favorite Citi TV. Now, don't forget, if you want some more exciting content, you can always subscribe to our YouTube channel. We call it the Citi Tube. And don't forget to click on the bell to receive notifications for fresh updates.
Sister Sister, every Friday at 9 p.m. only on Citi TV.